Alright, in this video I'm just going to show how to put together an Endura drawer, and it's a good idea to organize your workspace so that it can be done as quickly as possible and efficiently. It's nice to have a few drills with different drill bits that you're going to need. In this case I need a number 1 Robertson bit and also a number 2 Phillips. And I've also put a piece of wood here that I'll show you what I use that for, but I've just clamped it onto my workbench. So take a full box of the Endura and have a knife just to open that up. Okay, just take out the contents. Of course, you've got the sides of the box. And it's nice to have a garbage can really close so you can just fill that up as you go. Now, our installers will take all of this hardware when they go to install, so I just use an empty box and stack up the slides in there. Then I open these packages, so I just do it on this wood so I'm not scratching up the workbench too much. I'll make sure I put those cover caps in there in the box, and then I'll open up all of this other stuff that I may need in a few minutes here. Okay, so I have all of my drawer bottoms, drawer faces, and backs ready to go. So in this case, I'll look over my bottom, make sure there's no blemishes. I want to have that label up. And so what I do is I stand up that drawer slide, or drawer side. I put the bottom in, I hold it kind of with my arm up like that, and then I put in the other one. Then I'll flip it down, I'll bring it close to the front, and I'll push it against this board. That will keep this tight, and because of gravity, the bottom is close to the front. So you can see this is going to be the back of the drawer. Down here is the front of the drawer. And with that on there, then I don't have this where there could be a gap between when I put the face on and the bottom. So that's why I do it like that. Then I need some of these. These are 1/2-inch pan head screws with number 1 Robertson. And so I will then put those in. I'll put my hand in behind here, and I've kind of got my arm over this, and I'm pushing that way, and then I hold on the other side. And if you can take a closer look right in there, I bring the screw close to the side of this. It's kind of a big hole, but I bring it close to that side on a bit of an angle, and I screw it in. Okay? Now I bump this off, usually that's not a problem. And then I do the same thing on this side. I get my screw ready, and because I've got my stopper over there, I can push against there so it's nice and tight. Hold this, and there, that's like that. Now I'll put this down and keep going with the rest of the screws. So again, I'm kind of holding with my fingers and the drawer bottom at the same time, pulling it in so I don't have a gap, and putting all these screws in place. Okay? Same thing, push that in. Okay, once I have those 6 screws, 3 on either side, in place, Then I'll flip the drawer over so that the back is facing me, and I'll grab a back. Again, I'll look at it for any blemishes or anything like that. And then you need to get the back kind of behind the bottom. So I'll put it in on a bit of an angle like this, get it down there and bring it in. And you've got to make sure that it's in and that this is somewhat flush. Okay? So again, I get that ready. And this is a little bit harder. I'm holding the back with my arm, and I'm holding the side with my fingers. And instead of using these big holes, because they kind of go right through it, this is plastic, kind of get in the middle there and just go right through the plastic. Okay? Tighten it up if you need to. Same thing on this other side. And that's all it takes. So now that part of the box is finished. I'll put it up like that, so now the bottom is away from me. And then I've got my drawer face. Now the drawer face, the little hole is just a reference hole that goes towards the bottom. So when it goes on, that has to be towards the bottom. These holes have to be towards the top. So when I lay it down like this, I want to put in these clips. The bigger side, at least on this style of drawer, the big part here needs to go towards the little hole or the bottom of the drawer. And it actually has, right here, I don't know if you can see it, but it says up. It has an up arrow, so that goes towards the top of the drawer face. So you can put those in place, and then I'm going to grab my Phillips screwdriver or drill. These have to be seated all the way down, and I just use the back of this and just make sure those are seated. If they're not seated right tight to the face, if there's a gap there, then when you put the drawer face on, you will see a gap. Now I've clutched down this drill because you don't want to over tighten this, so you need to figure that out just by using the clutch, but that way I can go as quick as I want without over tightening. So when you're putting those screws in, keep lots of pressure on so that this doesn't come up at all. Okay, now with that on, by having that little hole facing me and that box bottom facing away from me, it's just a matter of flipping that and getting that right here, the big part of this right in there. That's where you need to put that. So you just line that up on both sides and give it a good, sometimes they may not clip, so you got to make sure it's in there. Then I'll turn that box around. I'll take off any stickers like that. I'll grab a handle, just cut that open. The handles usually come with a short screw and a longer screw. You want the longer set of screws. Put those in. Now I do it from this side, so when I go to put a handle on, I'll put my screws in. I'll just steady the screw with my drill, and then I'll line up the hole. And just a little trick, I'll push that handle right in. if you start putting it on like this, you could be tilted a little bit, or you could be like this and you tend to cross thread it. But if you push it in so that that handle's flat and just get it started, then you don't cross thread it. And that's it. The drawer is now finished, so that's a finished product. Of course, we don't have the cover caps on there. We find that the installer will do that in case he needs to make some adjustments, and those are all in this box ready to go for the install. Thanks for watching.